Although, to be fair, we played against like 2 green mid-range decks, and I think generally those aren't great. Like, I think our deck would be a lot harder to beat like kind of the super linear strategies. Yeah, our deck was like fine. It was what I mean. Okay. Ooh, you guys. One of my favorite cards. We got a mana rock in here, folks. Cold Steel Heart. I do love me some mana rocks. Everything else is what... Like, basically, I'm looking at these 2 cards, more or less. Cold Steel Heart and Compulsive Research. I think this is a more valuable commodity, given that when you draft your control decks, you end up with a glut and 4 mana cards. Those are where all the powerful cards are. So, I will take the Cold Steel Heart. But the compulsive research is also good. Like, you know, I would certainly be happy with the compulsive research in my deck. All right. So cards I'm looking at here: Volcanic Island, Gideon, and Glen Elendra Archmage. But I'm gonna go with the Archmage here. This card's great. This is like a mid-rangey. It's like a mid-rangey cube, you know. Archmage is just so hard to beat. Gotta get them trophies. Gotta get them trophies. Show and tell. Careful Consideration, I don't really like a lot as a card draw spell. Like the reason being is it's a good card, but turn 4 is where like you want like premium cards, like Planeswalkers and maybe Cryptics and whatever. So it eats up one of those slots. I'm going to take Steam Vents. Steam Vents is great. 3 mana counters are very replaceable. And, yeah. Oh, this is Lisa's favorite card. Alright, so here it's between Remand and Bloodstained Mire. I do like both of those cards a lot. I mean, I just love Remand. Do people not love Remand? I mean, now that we have the Steam Vents, like, we will have a lot of opportunities to get fetch lands. You know? But Bloodstained Mire is also a consideration. Those are, like, my 2 considerations. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to do some kind of Recurring Nightmare deck. But I want to go, like, 1 more control deck, and then next draft we'll do something silly. Okay? We'll do something silly next draft, I promise. Smuggler's Copter with Recurring Nightmare. I'm going to take Badlands here over Impulse, I think. Let's see if we can go Grixis. I do love me some dual lands. Impulse is also a consideration, but... I don't know. Ooh. Stoneforge Mystic has pretty high upside. Can you expand on a bit? No, I don't think Impulse is bad. I think dual lands are quite strong. And if I lock it in now, I could end up with potentially a sweet 3 or 4 color deck. That's why I took it. I mean, do I take Blade Splicer and go like some kind of blue-white blinky deck? This is the pick I might regret. I could have taken a Dark Slick Shore there, or a Magma Jet or something. Stoneforge is pretty strong, but I'm trying to figure out what's open. I don't know. Yeah, like this might just be medium. Maybe I just want to draft the sweep control deck instead. There's a lot of good cards here. Dissolve Mana. I mean, I think I'm waffling too much. I am definitely waffling too much. Maybe we end up Esper. Certainly want to see Chrome Coast now. Slaughter Pack Anguish I'm making both fine. I think a Johnny is like, a Mary Angel is like whatever. Gearhole could be sweet. Ho! Impulse tabled? Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know where we're... Like, we have good white cards, like, decent white cards and decent black cards. A blue card table, yeah, what the hell happened? Not seeing a lot of, like, not seeing that much red stuff. So, let's see, what were some of the picks? We took Blue Splicer over a blue-black land, which might hurt us. Gary? The hell you doing in here, man? Long time no see there, buddy. Council Judgment's okay. Venser is decent. Again, lots of great 4-drops. I think I'm at least going to splash Vindicate. So. Oh! Can I play this? It looks like it's going to be hard. Looks like it's going to be hard. Alright. I'm just going to focus on fixing. You know how hard this is, passing this cryptic command? I mean, it seems incredibly correct to do so, given that I can get blue, white, and black mana with Polluted Delta. Like, Delta's actually just absurd here. Seagate Oracle's fine, but I do love Force of Will against Shenanigans. I like Force of Will because it allows me to tap out, like Planeswalker, and then keep up Force of Will back up. Seagate Oracle is like a fine magic card. I need to stop. All right. I mean, yeah. Maybe all these white cards were kind of a trap. Kind of want some Planeswalkers. Woo! Kiki Jiki. That is really far away from anything we can do. I mean, we have 3 red sources and a Cold Steel Heart, but that's still really far away. We just take Snapcaster Mage. Alrighty. What do we have? I guess the only really picks for us are Duress and Lingering Souls. Not a big Duress guy. It's like a sideboard card. So I guess we just take Lingering Souls. This is probably like higher upside. It's like super fair, obviously, but generally I'm gonna have Sweeper, so I don't like. Spellcaller is a good card, but in my control decks generally I have Sweeper, so I don't like that interaction. I do really like Negate though. I'm going to take that. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. Do I think I'm going to have enough playable cards here? Because I can take Read the Bones, because we currently have 0 card draw effects, or we can take Shelldock Isle. Shelldock is so powerful. And Read the Bones is like, whatever. If it was a better spell, maybe. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is in the house. She is one of the best win conditions. We have not seen that many black cards. Again, I mean, Lady Gaga is unreal. Malicious Affliction is just like, whatever, it's a spot removal spell. Okay. Wow, that's a late Green Sun Zenith. I mean, again, like my white and black are like both kind of close. Reflector Mage is just kind of a good card. There's also Old Man of the Sea. I'll take Terminate. Alright, we have to tread carefully here, because we're kind of waffling. Waffles are great, I know, but still. Did not see a whole lot of black in that pack. I think we're leaning towards white, splash black at this point. Tangle Wire. There's 0% chance of bringing Tangle Wire in any matchup. I would never take that card in a control deck. Yeah, we need some playables now, so I'm gonna take Jace here. We also need card draw. Currently Stoneforge. I also don't really want to play Declaration and Stone in a control deck. Could play Tasigur potentially. There's a Sword of Body in Mind for Stoneforge Mystic. Do I do that? I mean, there's a Scrubland and a Day of Judgment too. This is like the best sword, to be fair. But this is a really good pack. I'm gonna do it. I want to have some fun. All right. So Hallowed Fountain is good, but because we already have Delta, it's kind of redundant. I don't know if I'm going to have enough playable cards. Like, I do like Pact of Negation as well. That might just be a bit too many counters. We have 3 currently. I do like counters. I'm taking that. All right. Currently Obnixilis seems a little too difficult to splash. We could take a Supreme Verdict because we don't have a... Oh no, I can take Unexpectedly Absent. I actually like this card. I think it's pretty underrated. And we have a Snapcaster Mage? I don't know. There were like 2 rats. I think one of them probably is going to table. Also, if I'm drafting more creatures, then Wrath is worse. I do like Merfolk Looter. I feel like I need more deck manipulation currently. I have almost none. I just have a Jace Bellerin. So I like Banishing Light, but I think it's actually Merfolk Looter here. Yeah. I'm going to take Merfolk. Also want like a creature. I mean, there's just like a lot of reasons to play the Looter here, I think. And I took an Unexpectedly Absent as a catch-all removal, and we also have a Vindicate too. Wow, Kiki Jiki, Conscripts, Deceiver, Exarch, and Pestermite all. So now I can take an Into the Royal. There's also Condemn, but I think I prefer Into the Royal. A lot of green cards here. Craterhoof? Jesus. I do like Thoughtseize. I mean, it's not as good if you can't play it early, but there's nothing else here. Alright. There's a Murderous Cut. There's a Quarantine Field. We don't have a lot of expensive cards. I think I'm going to take this Quarantine Field just to have another kill everything type effect. We have enough counter spells, so I don't think I need Disallow. Is Linvala that bad? I mean, it's just not great. Plateau. I mean, I have a super free red splash if I want to play something. Does Verdant Catacombs... Let's see. What does Verdant Catacombs get me? It gets me Scrubland and Badlands. Is there any reason to play Badlands? I mean, I'll take it and I'll figure it out later. There's a Verdict. This could maybe see play. Alright, our deck is a bit fair. Didn't get any real planeswalkers outside of the Jace, so I'm expecting a 2-1 out of this. Also, by the way, I did say a red splash is free, but the problem is it also makes me, like, I don't know how many black sources I'm gonna have, so it's not that free. You know what I mean? So we'll take a look. We do have a lot of 2-mana cards. This is like 4 mana. This goes here. This goes here. With or without, thank you very much for the 9-month sub. So, Thoughtseize, Remand, Negate, Force of Will, Pact of Negation, Glenn Archmage. I mean, we have lots of answers. Yeah, I'm actually very happy that I took this Looter. Now let's see. The problem is also Badlands is just not like a great land for this because it taps for both black and red. But let's see. I'm not going to play Declaration in Stone. I have other removal spells. I don't want to give my opponent a card. I can just play Tassiger if I feel like I need another win condition, though. I can also play Far and Away. If you guys don't like Thoughtseize. Because, look, yeah, I mean, I have Polluted Delta, Scrubland. Oh, now I'm probably playing the Verdant Catacombs, right? Because it's a black-white land. And then I can play a Badlands, which can also literally be a swamp. I can play this. Play this. So I do have, just from the dual lands, I have 4 red sources. Right? I have these 3 plus a delta. Alright, Thoughtseize, I mean, yeah, Thoughtseize on the splash is not great. I agree. Don't want to play this card. Not going to have enough black for double black cards. Don't really want Linvola. I mean, I think Far and Away is a fine card. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 11 blue cards. That's totally fine for Force of Will, I think. I do not want to play Titan. Snapcaster Mage is like a 4-mana card. Elena, she just never goes away. Again, I think this is just pushing it a little bit, you know? Just like in terms of, I feel like my mana is just going to be really awkward. And I have enough removal that I don't think I need to terminate. I also don't necessarily need to play Supreme Verdict main. It seems decent though. Yeah, I mean, that's a reason to play Far and Away. It's a blue card as well for Force. I'm not going to play Linvola. Jeez. I have enough win conditions, I think. It's a 6-mana 5/5 flyer. I'd rather play Yosei. Okay, no, maybe that's not true. Alright. So that means I don't need Plateau, correct? Even though it's just like a sweet land. No reason for Plateau. I can play Verdant as a way to get 2 more lands. Yeah, so if I wanted to fit these 2 cards in, what would I cut? Because I think this is a 16 land or 17 lander. This card seems pretty medium here. Like, this is not really my game plan. I mean, it is a creature for Sword of Body and Mind. But it just seems like kind of like a vanilla. I'm not cutting Stoneforge Mystic, I have Sword. What does a Merfolk do? boots. No reason for steam vents. I'm gonna play this like I'm gonna play the Badlands as like my swamp. Oh no, I can just play a swamp. Like Badlands is literal nothing, right? Like with my 2 fetches, I just need to play 1 swamp. So 1 swamp gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources. And then Cold Steel Heart with its 5. 4 islands gives me 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 10 blue sources. I like 10 blue. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white sources. 10, 11, 12. So that's 10 blue, 10 white, and 4 black. I'll play 2 swamps. Oh wait, what the hell? 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white. Okay, never mind. Alright. I mean, I could cut far and away. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play Tassiger. I'll just play Blade Splicer if I want to go Sword of Body and Mind. We'll do that. Also, just 1 less black card. So now I just have Vindicate Tassiger. Stun lock.
Hands up.
All right. Hands were put up. Like I said, this deck's pretty medium. I expect to go 2-1 with it. Like we're gonna lose to like kind of busted decks and yeah. I hope I don't draw my Stoneforge Mystic. Wish I was on the play. Yeah, we didn't get any of like the good 4-mana planeswalkers, which is unfortunate. You know, Elspeth. We had an opportunity to take a Gideon. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Deathrite Shaman. That is not sweet. I mean, I'm kind of getting valued here, but... Necrotol, okay. Is this some kind of Kiki Jiki value deck or something? Smuggler's Copter is just so great. Even a Legacy Cube, man. This card is real nice. I mean, them discarding... I do feel better that they discarded Necrotol. That although probably means they have another answer to Baneslayer. Recurring Nightmare? I think I need to counter a Planeswalker. Huh. Alright. Here's to hoping. Here is to hoping. Come on, Baneslayer! Just all in. I mean, if Baneslayer doesn't die... That doesn't do it. Yes! Yes! Let me think. So my opponent can't crew the copter, so this will not be able to connect. I think I just go for Nissa here. See what my opponent does. The question is, do I bounce the Smuggler's Copter? I think I do. That was a turn. Alright, my opponent's deck is kind of all over the place. I guess it's like Jund Value, maybe? Draft that Jund Value deck. That awkward Sea-Chrome Coast, though. Is my opponent really going to chump with Smuggler's Copter? Wow. So I'm doing this so my opponent can't get Death Red value. Why not equip to gain more life? I want to basically just keep up Remand and play Tassiger. That was my game plan. Gonna bolt. My thing has first strike. Court of Calling for 2? Oh, this thing taps for 3 mana. Igno LOL, thank you very much for the 4-month sub. Appreciate it. I'm assuming this remand's still gonna be good. Holy cow. Holy cow. Do I remand that? I guess I should have counted the cord. I mean, I can't really get blown out, right? I mean, if I remand that, then I can equip Sword of Body and Mind and get my opponent. I don't want my... Yeah, I think I still remand it. Because I don't want my Baneslayer to die. And then my opponent has 21 cards left in their deck. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just want to get some value, but yeah, like, what's my opponent gonna do? Nothing. You cannot Reclamation Mage your own guy. So I get my turn back. I can Sword of Body and Mind. My opponent should cast Reflector Mage. Yeah. Bounce a plant, I guess. Or Imperial Recruiter. Either or. Well, this guarantees the most amount of damage going through. Emrakul, that's a pretty nice card against these control decks. Blood Artist, yeah. My opponent's deck is not great, so I think we can still get there. I like how my opponent did that instead of gaining life. So this is only really bad if I draw a Wrath. Recruiter? Okay. So, Emrakul is going to eat Baneslayer Angel, and I think that's the only thing that happens. My opponent can mill me for 4 cards or whatever. But... Okay. Not a problem. Alright. Oh, you don't want to eat Baneslayer Angel. Oh, I guess this gets me cards. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually, like, this is not a great spot. Because my opponent can block Baneslayer Angel, and Imperial Recruiter gets blocked here. And Cold Flies. A lot of lands. Is it a demon or a dragon? Alright, it's not. Oh, what's your last card? Desecration. That is a demon. That is a demon. Oh my god. My opponent keeps trying to dome me instead of... whatever. At least the opponent can't really attack, so I just need to find an answer. Or just have... If my opponent can't kill me, then I can just... How many... Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... 14... We have 3 lands left in our deck. Holy cow. Just 3 lands, folks. Well, I guess when you draw all the lands, that card helps. Okay, so Zealous Conscripts is something to be mindful of. Zealous Conscripts for sure. Emerald Cool. I mean, the game's going along. Maybe I want this card. Thoughtseize is like my only good answer to Emrakul. I mean, I guess I have hard counters too. I have these two. So what is bad? Supreme Verdict is also an out. Gearhulk kills Emrakul. Yeah, I just don't think I have enough black sources. Yeah, so does like Quarantine Field and Verdict. Oh yeah, Pact is a really bad answer to Emrakul. Alright, so I'll bring the Thoughtseize then. So those are my answers. We have a bunch of mana, but we have cheap interaction, plus we can Quarantine Field for 2. Ooh. I was somewhat expecting a sort of body in my top deck there. Boarding out a creature is kind of questionable. Maybe I should have just boarded out a Speller of some sort. How goes today? We won a draft. We won a draft, so that's good. We drew our protection from demons card. I think we can take 6. Woo! That was good. I should have looted first. I should probably bounce this. Look at that. It was like a removal spell. I'm lagging. Playing around, let's see. Yeah, I'm playing around Emrakul. Bitter Blossom. That is not going to get it done. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like my opponent's deck was a little all over the place. Let's restart Moto. Like, I don't think my deck is especially good, but at least we kind of have a game plan. My opponent's game plan seemed like just play random cards and then hope to cast Emrakul. Maybe they would have been able to win the first game had they just not discarded Necrotal. But if you think I'm a control deck, maybe, you know, that was a fine discard. This is by the way how we like cheat our way into 1900, playing cube drafts. It's probably like what 1820 now or something, 1840. Yeah, it's just like lose playing any legitimate draft format, and then and then winning cube drafts. Sure. Oh, you know what? I probably should have just played the fetch land. In case I don't want it. Yeah. My opponent has an interesting decision here. Opting not to equip the Jite and just play another threat. Yeah, I should have played fetch land turn 1. I think I would have probably shuffled away the sword. Although, yeah. Why is GTA always the best card? Because GTA is great? I don't know. No, I don't need to feel the GT. The thing is, like, if my opponent spends a turn equipping GT, like, I can always just feel the GT after that. But there is a, you know, with all my mana up, there's a chance my opponent just opts not to go for that. Okay. Because if I wait till I hit 6 mana, I can just... I think my opponent's considering the possibility of Restoration Angel. And I guess it's because I have such few resources that I'm trying to play a little conservative, but... just like dead to anything here. Yeah. You know what would be nice? A land. A land would be nice. Like, we can still very easily be dead, but... my creature has lifelink. I'm dead on board. That's not true. I mean, we're dead to a lot of things, but... I'm just gonna get the two biggest threats off the board. I could have, like... Yeah. Anything. Anything. Fate's Fetters, Oblivion Ring, Journey to Nowhere, Fiend Hunter. Swords to Plowshares after they attack me. Anything. But if it's just random creatures, then we're okay. I mean, because my opponent is tanking, I think we're okay. That is interesting. Watery Grave is an interesting addition. Did I have Murderous Cut, maybe? What's... I didn't see any of these black cards before. That's so lucky. That is insane. Like, obviously my opponent didn't have Dismember before. And they drew Swamp, and then drew Dismember. Ah. That is very unfortunate for us. The guy sideboarded into a different deck mid-match. That's what it seems like. What do I think about the unbanned Jace write-off argument? I'm sick and tired of that argument, and I don't really want to talk about it. Those are my thoughts on that one. Yeah, Stoneforge Mystic Sword doesn't seem especially good here. Linvala could be good. Like, I want to play Languish, but it's just really hard to cast. Like, both Supreme Verdict and Languish are great. And I think my white cards are generally better. Like, Baneslayer Angel, Elish Norn, etc. So the last card is, do I want to play Deck and Stone or Far and Away? I think I can blow up my opponent with this card. So I'm keeping Force of Will as a necessary evil against Armageddon and stuff. And my opponent has like Relic Warder and Banisher Priest. So I feel like I could really destroy my opponent with Far and Away. Like, bounce Banisher Priest, make them sack a creature, get back my dude and block. Seems decent. I think Deck and Stone is more of a card that you really want to play if you're like White Weenie. If you're like mono white beatdowns, I think it's a fine card. Not something I really want to play in this style of deck. On the play, I think Remand is okay, but I think on the draw, I will probably take it out for something. Too many lands. I mean, Splicer is good and all, but okay, well. Unfortunate. I wonder if I want to go like blue-black. No, my white cards are better. Is it possible? Do I have enough cards to go black-white? I think we're going to lose this one, folks. I don't think my deck can beat a turn 2 Bitter Blossom very easily. Oh yeah, I have Force of Will. Yeah, maybe I should have Impulse for Force. Well, at least we get to delay it for a little bit. Yeah. Wow. That was unexpected. I think I want to keep up mana here. Like, my opponent drew Bitter Blossom. Okay, well. Ob Nixilis? What if my opponent goes Wasteland? Oh my god. Wasteland would be a beating. Ooh. We drew an answer to the Bitter Blossom. You're kind of hoping for that? You monster. You monster. What is this card? Yeah, you know, I was actually thinking about holding back a land. Oh, and you know, I mean, look, this is why you draft Armageddon, you know? Like, this is how you crush the control decks. All right. All right, all right. Now, I must say, you know, that was a pretty nice value deck that my opponent drafted. A lot of very difficult to deal with threats in Armageddon. And even boarded in up Nixilis. So. I predicted a 2-1, so maybe we can get the 2-1 here. Maybe we can get the 2-1. Not with this hand, though. Not with this hand. It's a card. A blue deck. How many 2-mana counters are there? Counterspell, Mana Leak, Miscalculation. Whatever. Jam. Jam! Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I mean, it does get worse as the game goes on, right? Oh my god, my opponent's playing blue-green. My opponent is playing blue-green. Why did they get rid of Mana Leak? Force back. Okay, so there's a bunch of different counters. Whatever. I think I'm still supposed to jam. Although, if my opponent goes Island, maybe the Stoneforge Mystic is just too valuable. Of course, there's always the chance that my opponent I just naturally draw Sword of Body and Mind as well. And so the longer I wait, the higher the chances of that happening. What does this allow? That's a blowout. Oh my god. I mean, I think it's still correct to do it end of turn because my opponent can just play like Reclamation Sage. Wow, that was a beating. Well played. Well played, opponent. I don't have words, you know? That was just a good play. This is kind of tough. Do I want a Pact of Negation or a Snapcaster Mage? So I'm remanding the Talrand. Now I wish I had Pact of Negation because I can play Cold Steel Heart. And then into Elishnorn. Definitely want to shuffle. Well, I hope my opponent doesn't have a Force of Will. Or a Daze. God, I really wish I had the pack now. Lady Gaga! Please! Please! Yes! Lady Gaga too strong. Lady Gaga way too strong. Opponent plays Plains without Armageddon. God, can I... No more Armageddons, please. No more Armageddons. I'm kind of feeling Mono Bernie. Like, I'm kind of feeling like I just want to just burn people out. What do you guys think? Does red rock you? How does Glen Elendro work with Elishnorn? Oh, it doesn't persist. It only persists once. Is the thing on one? Yeah. Force red. Elena wants red. Well, you gotta give Elena what she wants, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, she wears the pants in this stream. So my opponent's like essentially mono blue. Probably has like Mystic Snake or something. With Brawl. Seems kind of sweet. Whatever. Deck's great. Bolt the bird. Why is it not showing the viewer count? This is weird. It was earlier. Oh, everybody's on the Amonkhet preview show. That's a lot of viewers. All right. All right, fine. Good enough, I guess. This hand's decent, although not a big fan of Ancestral Vision resolving. My opponent's probably gonna like Vendilion click me and respond to this fetch. Yeah, are we gonna get that vanilla mythic creature that was promised? Sword. Your turn. Don't counter, bro. That's cheesy. That's cheesy, bro. Just all of the cheese. And stinky cheese, too. Alright, so I run out the... Basically, the way I'm thinking about sequencing this is like running out the sword. End of turn, next turn, Snapcaster Impulse. Alright, whatever. I think this vision is just going to end up resolving. It's lame. Lame sauce. Alright, so I'm not going to run out the sword now. Huh. So they took the remove soul. So I want to resolve this now. Oh no, that I could have actually just cast Lingering Souls. Yeah, so again, the reason why I played the Snapcaster Mage, I know I could have played the Lingering Souls, which I probably should have done. This is a good use of mana too. But yeah, I know my opponent has Remove Soul, so I want to play this out so that I can try to stick the Sword of Body in Mind next turn. It is a kind of risky business going for Sword of Body and Mind with Pact of Negation backup if my opponent has some kind of a bounce spell. I'm surprised my opponent binned the Reclamation Sage knowing that I have a Sword of Body and Mind in hand. I guess they figured they can just remove soul a creature to keep the Sword of Body and Mind in check. But if I just like play really carefully and manage to stick this and get a hit in, it just seems so hard to beat. a good job. Force of Will. Yeah, he probably has another answer. The thing is, my opponent casts... I don't even know if I like casting Factor of Fiction there because Ancestral Vision was coming off. Now the fact, like, my opponent has to discard 2 cards. Like, he's not even that far ahead. Like, my hand is all action. Yeah, look at this. My opponent's just, like, discarding good cards. And I think going for the Sword of Body and Mind here is not good. I feel like blue-green has a tough time dealing with Lingering Souls, so I'm just running that out. Sure. I don't mind drawing a land off of this. Lingering Soul is pretty good against Vendilion Click. So we know about Remove Soul, for sure. Wow. So they definitely still have an answer to this sword. They discarded Upheaval. My opponent just has all the counters in the world. Yeah, so the reason why I ran out the Stoneforge there is because I know they have Remove Soul, so I want to eat that up. But also, like, being able to put Sword of Body and Mind into play and make it uncounterable seems pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, we dealt with 2 of the counters. Ooh. What is this? It's got to be Den Protector, right? So I'm forcing my opponent to counter. If they counter, then I can kill the morph. Yeah. Taste it, Den Protector. Go wide! We're going wide. My opponent's deck's kind of sweet, though. Just a bunch of counter spells, card draw, etc. But no planeswalkers. No planeswalkers. I should have probably kept up Island to play around Wasteland. Can't upheaval me, that's good. Okay. Alright, well, let us attempt to Reflector Mage here and see what happens. Well, my opponent discarded Upheaval. I think their plan was to like Den Protector, hope I don't play anything, get back Upheaval, reset the game. I think that was probably their game plan, but yeah. A resolved Glendalinder Archmage is going to be so hard to deal with here. Like, what creature gets them out of this, you know? This could be a Cryptic Command, I guess. Play your spell. What would it take you to get you to pitch the Verdict of Force of Will? I think that's 100% what I'm going to be doing. It's a Venser, huh? Getcha! Alright. I predicted it. 2-1. 2-1. Although my opponent's deck, again, I will say was sweet. The problem is if you're gonna draft like a deck with a bunch of counter spells, you also need like removal in case things kind of slip through the cracks. And I think that's kind of where like that's kind of the problem with my blue. Like you just have nothing if you're behind. I guess Master of Waves is like the only thing. All right, be right back, folks.